Welcome to NeuroCheck, the machine vision platform. With the release of NeuroCheck's 6.5, the Audit Trail Upgrade was introduced. This feature ensures that every change made to a NeuroCheck project is gaplessly documented and traceable. Whenever a user leaves manual mode or makes a change in automatic mode, they are forced to create a project snapshot before they are able to continue. Each snapshot requires the entry of a change reason, which is saved together with a timestamp and username in the snapshot history. The file changes can be compared with a diff tool of your choice. The Audit Trail Upgrade goes hand in hand with NeuroCheck's security profiles. This gives you full control over user profiles and their access rights. Let's take a closer look at the new feature in practice. In this demo, cannula tips are checked from 3 different camera angles. To set up Audit Trail for your project, go to System, Software Settings, Advanced, then Audit Trail. Click Enable Project Snapshot. Here you can specify which files or directories within your project folder should be excluded from tracking. You can define your own file and directory filter using an asterisk as a wildcard. Below, you can configure the diff tool for comparing file changes. Depending on the tool, you need to specify the arguments for the comparison command. $old references the previous file version and $new the updated file version. Leave the dialog with OK, and an initial snapshot of your current project version will be created. It is recommended to use Audit Trail with security profiles to maintain access rights and to ensure that every project change is assigned to a user. Once Audit Trail is running, we log in as Profile Manager. The Profile Manager is able to create new security profiles, but has no access to the Audit Trail settings. To create a new security profile, click on the lock icon. First, we add a profile for a service technician and call it Technician Laura. We can give it an ID and an image, and it is required to set a password. We set the access level to Service Technician. Let's also add a profile for a quality engineer called Engineer Jerry. We set its access rights to those of a quality engineer. It is often desired to have the software automatically switch back to a default profile if the current user is no longer at the computer. You can find this option under the Options dialog. Enable Don't Ask for Password if switching to default profile, and also enable Switch automatically to default profile. Then set a value for the timeout. Now let's switch to automatic mode. Audit Trail detects a change in the configuration file. We have the option to create a new snapshot in order to keep our changes or to discard all changes, which resets the project to its previous snapshot. We go with Create Snapshot and enter a message that describes our changes. Let's log in as Engineer Jerry. Let's assume that due to a new requirement, we need to adjust the target value for the cannula diameter. Audit Trail forces us to create another snapshot. Again, we give the snapshot a meaningful message. Now we log in as Technician Laura to make some adjustments to the check routine. As an example, we will adjust the binary threshold of the second cannula view. Also, we will change the counter element in the process view to display the checked parts per minute. Next, we create a snapshot by clicking the Snapshot button. We have 2 untraced file changes. By default, both of them are staged for the same snapshot. You can choose to stage them separately to create one snapshot for each change. Right-click on the check routine file and select Stage. Enter a message and create a snapshot. Now enter a message for the process view file and create a second snapshot. Let's take a look at the snapshot history. Each snapshot is shown with a timestamp, user, and message. To see the exact changes, double-click on a snapshot. The Configure Diff tool opens. It allows you to go through each change individually. Here we have our changed value of the cannula diameter. Audit Trail protects the project from all untraced changes, including those outside of the software. For example, if files are deleted or modified outside of the software, it restores the last snapshot once the project is loaded. Please note that this applies only to project files that are not excluded in the Audit Trail settings. So if you want to add or delete files in your project directory, the project has to be opened in the NeuroCheck's software. Copy the files, then create a snapshot. In case you need to import configuration settings such as Device Manager or Register Manager content, unload your opened check routine and go to System, Import Configuration. That's it for this video. If you are interested in the Audit Trail upgrade and if you have further questions about the feature, feel free to reach out to our sales team at sales@neurocheck.com.